Welcome back to the SSL Family Dad channel. We're out here in the little animal village. And I had hinted that there were going to be some animal changes here on the homestead. So I want to talk a little bit about what we have planned and why we are making these changes. So for those of you who are not familiar, we have our male goat pasture back here in this area, and this is separated by a fence. And then up front here we had our female, we had Lily and Goaty McGoatface, and then Winter, the baby that was born this year in February. And you'll notice out here there are no more goats in the front pasture. All we have left are these three guys, and they will hopefully be going soon as well. So these are Nigerian dwarfs. These Adam we've had for years and years, since back on the farm. He was the first goat that we bought. Then we've had some other ones given to us. These are actually his sons, these two right here. And then all of the goats that we had actually were his sons or daughters. They were all fathered by him. And then Lily, our doe, which was out here. And so Lily and Winter and Goaty, or Tristan as my kids call him, they didn't take to the Goaty McGoatface name very well. Those three goats have been sold. And so we are in the process of getting rid of all of our goats. So this will be the first time that we are without goats in, well, ever since we moved out to the farm. This is my favorite chicken. This one always comes running up to me. Hey. What's up? All the rest run away. So we have gone through 3 homesteads with this YouTube channel. And when we first started out, we were in the subdivision. We had less than 3/4 of an acre. We had chickens. We had the 6 Isobrowns, our first set of chickens. We had little gardens, garden beds. We built all kinds of things and did all kinds of renovations. But one of the reasons why we sold that house and moved out to the farm was because we wanted to have livestock. We wanted to have animals, and the primary animal we wanted was goats. We wanted to have these dwarf Nigerian goats. My wife had just looked around and fallen in love with these things, and we had wanted to milk them and raise them, breed them, sell the babies, all these things as a business. And when we were at the farm, we did that. We were able to raise these goats. We had a lot of very big pastures that were mixed of woods and grasslands. The goats had lots of space to eat and forage, and we had the barns. We had lots of different spaces for them, lots of different shelters that we had built, and all those kinds of things. And so we really had a great setup for goats as an animal. And then we sold the farm and we moved to this homestead for lots of different reasons. We needed some more space for our family. We needed a larger actual home, and we wanted to live closer to where I work. But we still wanted to homestead. We still wanted to have our animals and still, live a sustainable lifestyle. And so we had to make some compromises. Land was one of those compromises. We are here on only 5 acres, and this land is almost entirely wooded. There's no pastures. So it's different. We have a different kind of homestead here than we had at the old place. So moving into this place, we built these 2 pastures, this one up front and then the one in the back. We were able to separate the animals. We had some makeshift shelters. We were able to breed the animals a little bit, breed the goats, and we have the chickens and the duck. We were able to still have these animals, but we found that it wasn't ideal for the goats. The goats cleared out the forage that was in here very quickly. It's too shaded really in here for any kind of grass to grow, and they really don't have a lot of forage left in this spot. And so we would need to continue to make new pastures, and we have pretty dense woods here. There's really not a lot of forage for them, even if we opened up new pastures and did kind of a rotation. Some seedlings might grow up here and there, but generally the canopy that's here, we'd have to just clear a lot of land and cut down a lot of trees, or try to lease some of the land from the farmer, which maybe is an option down the road. So we've been able to have these goats here. They've lived a healthy, happy, life in here. It's a nice shaded spot. They've been having a good time in here. They've been very happy, but it's not ideal from the sustainable approach to things. So we want to use our land for what it is and what it has. The one thing that this land has is great wooded pastures. Lots and lots of oak trees, hickory trees, black walnut trees, lots of nut trees, and goats don't eat any of that stuff. They don't eat any of those nuts. They eat the leaves and they eat the bark, but they don't eat the actual produce from the forest that's actually naturally laying all over the forest floor here. But what does eat that forage is pigs. Pigs are the absolute perfect woodland animal. They are an animal that is meant for the woods. They are an animal that in the wild lives in the woods, and they are perfect for woodland type forage and woodland type habitats. And so our plan and our goal is to move back to pigs and phase out of goats. And so the first step of that is obviously selling off these goats. A little backstory on how the cat comes into play. We have been on this homestead for almost 2 years. We actually moved here with several cats that came from the farm. We had some outdoor cats that lived around and that were in and out of our garage and barns and things like that. They kept the mice away. They were great animals to have in and around the homestead. Unfortunately, for some reason, we don't know why, all of those cats passed away within a few months of each other. We think that there is some rat poison or chipmunk poison or mouse poison somewhere around this house, under deck somewhere or somewhere in the neighborhood that killed these animals. And so unfortunately we lost all of our cats within 6 months of us moving to this house. And that's caused an influx of mice and other little critters around the house. And we really miss having a cat. My wife and daughter were at PetSmart about a month ago, and they saw this cat there. It was available to adopt, and they just fell in love with it. And we thought, let's try to have an indoor cat. This house is a little bit larger. There's more space for the cat. We do have some allergies in the family, and so that's always kept our cats outside, but we're going to give it another shot. And so far it's been working really well. So we have the cat. My daughter and my wife, they came home and they were all begging me to have this cat. I said, no, 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 no. And eventually I broke down and I said, if we are able to sell all of our goats so that we can get ready for pigs, then we will get the cat. So that's the deal that we made. We got the cat. Now we're moving the goats out, and then we will get pigs either later this fall or early in the spring, and we will start a whole new operation with pigs here. I have some time to get ready, and we'll be able to start over and breed and sell pigs for income as well as for meat for the freezer, which is something we've been sorely missing. So we now have an indoor cat who is going to be a great mouser, and we have a lot of issues here especially in the fall time in the forest here. Mice trying to get into the house and make nests and all these other things. We may even have him be indoor-outdoor at some point. We'll kind of see how that goes so that he can hunt for us and kind of keep those little critters out of the house and away from us. And so that's his job, and he's also a pretty awesome pet. He's a pretty awesome cat. So goats are on the way out, and having pigs will be on the agenda for soon here. So I'd like to solicit feedback from you guys. We're looking at possibly a different breed. We used to have the American guinea hogs. We are going to transition to a breed that we'd like to have a little larger breed, but we don't want to go with a commercial breed that just needs to be fed a bunch of grain. We need a pig that's good at foraging, something that would eat acorns and nuts and roots and snakes and whatever else they can find out in the woods here. So let me know if you guys have any ideas. We've been looking around a little bit. We've got a few breeds in mind, but before I say anything, I'll take some feedback from you guys, and over the next few months we'll be looking at those things, and we'll come to a decision with you, with your help, and we'll share with you guys what we're going to get into. So let me know what you guys think. What is the ultimate homestead pig breed? It's got to be a good forager, and it's got to grow a little bigger than the American guinea hog breed did, which is, they didn't get any bigger than 250, 300 pounds. So maybe something bigger than that. Let me know what you guys think. Just a little informational video today to fill you in on what's going around the homestead here. You'll see some changes in animals coming up. So we've loved these goats, but it's time for them to go. It's time for a new phase of this homestead and sustainability that's going to be better suited for the land that we live on. And I think the pigs are going to work out great. So let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit thumbs up on today's video. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.